really good. Oleg Cherkasov defeated Yusuf at East vs West 2, and Mindaugas Tarasaitis has had many matches. Some of you might ask, who is Oleg Cherkasov? I'll tell you, he's really famous. There is one video of him where Samson YouTube channel has combined all of his highlights, good matches, all of his great matches, and that video has like 14 million views, and another short has 10 million plus views. So if you are viewed by almost 20 plus million viewers in a couple of videos, then you are popular. I don't care if still there is a big population that doesn't know about you, but people will recognize you somewhere. So both Oleg and Mindaugas, they used to compete in 65 kilos, were really good at that weight, then 70 kilos, and recently at 75 kilos. And the fun fact is that despite being such a great arm wrestler, Oleg Cherkasov has never defeated Mindaugas Tarasaitis. Of course, they have never faced in a super match format, but left or right, Mindaugas has had the dominant performance over the Russian. Can super match format change things up? Because Mindaugas has spoken about his endurance in the past. It's quite clear that his endurance isn't terrible, but it isn't world class either. It's just below the top level. And Oleg Cherkasov, on the other hand, although he loses his wrist sometimes, but his endurance is great. So can endurance be a factor in this best of 5 match? Maybe, we'll see. People are saying that this is one of the best match additions to this card. And the final match is the best match, one of the best matches. So nobody seems to be kind of worried about this addition. Everyone that I have seen or heard from or read the comments from are extremely happy about this addition. Let's move on to the next news. Engin Terzi and Coach Ray were on Neil Pickup's previous Fix episode, and there they talked about a possible match between them at King of the Table on 24th of June. Is it something that is confirmed? No. Engin kept on saying that maybe he isn't good enough to represent the King of the Table stage, which obviously was a sarcasm from Engin, because any stage that he wants to compete at is not big enough for him. He is one of the most important and one of the most famous arm wrestlers in today's world. Well, if Engin, despite his multiple world titles, said the same thing in 2018 when he wasn't that much popular in the community, well, let's be honest, at that time nobody was really popular besides some arm wrestlers like Devon, Dennis, Pushkar, Vovoda, these type of guys. But if Engin said that in 2018, then that may have made some sense, because he was not popular. Right now, he's a legendary arm wrestler, still a very elite level arm wrestler, and also famous. If he doesn't belong to any stage, then nobody does. Kind of teasing this match from the previous podcast as well, when Engin invited Coach Ray on his own channel. It looks like they have planned something in advance. Maybe they just wanted to see the reaction of the arm wrestling community, if people are excited about this match or not. But I didn't hear many people talk about this match. So maybe the hype that they wanted to create didn't work well. This is my guess only. I'm just guessing that they were trying to test the waters if people will be excited in this match or not. Maybe one of the reasons for that could have been that Engin Terzi is at a very high level compared to Coach Ray. Because Engin is around 94 kilos right now, he will be cutting down to about 90 kilos. Coach Ray is 83-84 kilos, and Engin is a overall much more accomplished arm wrestler. So people are saying, about 90% people were saying that this is going to be absolute destruction from Engin Terzi. But to be honest, I really like this match. When early on Engin was talking about having his comeback match possibly against David Samusia, the 85 kg East vs West champion, I said that this is a bad idea. Engin has never been a world champion over 75 kilos, and he himself says that his 65, 70, 75 kilos version, that was kind of prime version, would beat this 90, 95 kilos version. So according to his own words, he wouldn't be able to take up the 85 kilos East versus West champion or 80 kilos world champion David Samusia. But this one I think is a good opportunity for him, because he has had quite a rough last couple of years. First bicep tear, then back issues, then neck issues, then COVID a couple of times. He just couldn't come back. And when he wasn't sick, when he had some time, there was always a East versus West event to organize. So King of the Table makes perfect sense for him. He has promised Neil Pickup as well to compete at Arm Wars, possibly towards the end of this year. If not that, then for sure early part of next year. Engin kind of jokingly said that if he loses to Coach Ray in his comeback match, no disrespect, but he should quit arm wrestling after that, and he should only consider himself as a promoter, as an organizer. I would say, as harsh or as sad as it may sound, this will possibly be the right thing to do, because Engin will have at least 2, 3, 4 months to train for this match, because he has already been training for about a month or so, and he'll have a couple of more months to train. Then about 3 months of training. If he cannot beat Coach Ray, who was beaten by Mindaugas Tarasaitis easily while being 75 kilos, if Engin couldn't do that while weighing 90 kilos, then I think coming back at a world level at this weight at least will be a difficult task for him. Maybe if he can still cut down to 75 kilos, that's a possibility. But to be honest, I don't see Coach Ray causing any troubles whatsoever to Engin Terzi. Engin also mentioned that he kind of realized that without knowing where he currently stands, it wouldn't be good if he straight away went for the East versus West title against the current champion David Samushia. And Coach Ray also made a comeback. He said that if he wins, he will be the person to retire Engin Terzi. So it was good to see a good back and forth between these two. And I would say that this is a good comeback match. Engin needs to be easy on him. He's always been at the elite level, so maybe he still thinks that he should always only compete at that level. But a comeback match against a lower tier opponent makes more sense in my opinion. Lachlan Adair versus Mateawarangi, Heta Morris. Lachlan defeated Heta Morris at Over the Top event in Australia. Mateawarangi took his wrist, but Lachlan flop pressed him to the pad for $10,000 prize money. And he was declared as the #1 arm wrestler not only in Australia but the entire Oceanic region. Now he wants to defend his title. Lachlan believes that unless you have defended your title, I don't believe you have much right to call yourself a true champion. Because one time could just be luck. If you defend it, then you are the true champion. I like this philosophy or this thought process from the Australian champion. So the event will be happening at Battle at Deep Water on Friday, May 5th. Ryan Bowen will be showing this match live on his channel for free. I think it's going to be a great match. People are underestimating Mateawarangi Heta Morris, who recently dominated Ryan Bowen, because his hand is good and he also has a king's move. Lachlan was able to flop press him once. Can he do that multiple times in a super match format? 6-round super match format. He'll have to do that multiple times if he loses his wrist in the first round. Is it possible? Maybe. Is it easy? Definitely not. Please keep your eyes out on that match one day before East versus West. The previous time people were saying that Ryan Bowen's card for a pay-per-view is not good. It is really bad. This time Ryan has leveled so much that people are praising his card of AWE 2. July 1st, AWE 2 USA time. Okay, match list updated. Right arm, Todzilla, Todd Hutchings versus Mateawarangi, Heta Morris. Once again, Heta Morris has a good top roll, a good king's move. People are saying that Todd is going to destroy him. I doubt that. How many times can Todd go through his king's move without standing up and pressing? We know that Todd just likes to go sideways, and most of the times, almost all of the times, it is good enough to beat a king's move. But can he beat a 150 plus kg guy 4 times that way? I think it is going to be a war, and there may be some surprise for Todd Hutchings and most of the arm wrestling community in that match. I think this is one of the best matches on this card, and it is going to be a war for sure. And it is for the Intercontinental belt. Lachlan Adair versus Jordan Sill. Once again, people are saying that Jordan Sill is going to get destroyed by Lachlan. I doubt that. Jordan is someone who once top rolled Todd Hutchings in a tournament, if you remember. And Lachlan's weakness is his hand. So that can be an interesting match as well. If Jordan Sill is able to pull off the victory, I won't be surprised at all. Ryan Bowen put a bounty on his countrymen. If somebody beats him, then they will be invited to Australia for free. Jordan Sill was the guy who beat Ryan's countrymen. That's why he's invited. Alright, Marcus Atira is competing. Ryan Bowen versus Artem Ternenko on the right arm. Ryan is the favorite, but this is a revenge match for Artem. It can get interesting, but Ryan is for sure the heavy favorite in this match. Then there are Yanis Omolins. Yanis Omolins is on this card. His opponent is relatively unknown. Josh Barker, people are saying he's going to get destroyed. He weighs less than Yanis and he's still competing against a world champion arm wrestler. I think it is going to be a bad day for him, but still inviting a legend on this card is really great work. Left arm, Ryan versus Raymond Slipinch. Coach Ray, I think he's going to beat Ryan Bowen easily. I don't know why this match is happening. Right arm, it would have been interesting. Because Coach Ray defeated Bowen while they were weighing 90 kilos. Now Bowen is weighing much more, about 10 kilos heavier. I think that could have been a really good match. But on the left, I don't think so. Mario Tambakas versus Artem on the left arm. So this is an awesome card. You need to click on join button on Ryan Bowen's channel. Then you can see the price. What is the price point for your country? Thanks for watching this video. Like it if you enjoyed the video. Share it if you can. And I'll see you again.